Oh, here we are once again on the topic of caring. You know, it's like I keep coming back to this topic over and over again within myself and just with the world around me as well. Um, it's just sometimes I don't even know how others do it. Maybe it's not that deep, it's very simple. But caring and giving all of your energy with all that really is just very exhausting. It's something you should not have to feel to just live and go about your life, you know? I don't know about you, but I feel like at this point, it's almost better for emotionally in tuned people and who are very sensitive to other people's moods, reactions, behavior. I just, I'm sorry, but I have to say at this point, it really does come down to you want to live peacefully, you want your life to feel good every day, somewhat. Pretending you just don't care. I hate saying pretending because I don't want it to seem like you're faking everything but it's really not about faking. It's not about a performance, that you have to put on for people. But at the same time, you got to think about this whole thing of like if you really think about it, it's what are you when you care, if you think about it, what are you really doing? And maybe everyone has a different motive, but really, you're just wanting something in return. You're expecting something. You want someone to behave the way you want. You want someone to say the things you want and expect. You hope for them to do whatever it is, And subconsciously, you may not see it that way on the surface, but subconsciously, it is like that. You care because, sure, you love this person or you really cherish whatever it is, you really focus and put energy into whatever relationship it is. But at the end of the day, it's, you know, you will feel hurt. You will feel some sort of negative emotion if you don't get the reciprocation of all that. It is human nature. And if not in that moment, if we're not keeping score, one day we will feel that resentment, believe it or not. It doesn't hit us right away, but over time it will grow. We will feel some sort of annoyance or irritation and get fed up. Not because we don't care or like the other person, but it's just it's because it goes with the whole thing of like giving too much of yourself to someone else or other people, you know? You spend so much time caring about someone, giving them your time, your energy, your money, your whole presence, whatever it is, you have to offer. But it's like, you ever notice that never really, psychologically, people don't really care, you know? People will always say like, "Oh, I appreciate you," and they may not take you for granted necessarily, at least not intentionally, but if you normalize what you do for them, naturally, humans cannot cherish or, not take that for granted. That is just a thing. I'm not even saying that as like a um, like an insult towards anyone, but it's just true. And it's just something, sadly, I've time and time and again, I've realized and learned and I really have, excuse me, seen. So, yeah, I just, I won't say anything too any other details, but I will just say that, you know, take this how you will, but I really think that being indifferent, being neutral, being like in a state and mindset of, okay, I don't care, like, and even if that you say I don't care, it almost, you're not trying to intentionally target another person or that person. It really isn't about that person. It's just about your self preservation. You're not giving too much of your own self or your own emotions, because that can hurt you. Even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment, it will hurt you in the long run. And people can see your weakness. People can see if you get affected easily by something, or I know I've had a lot of experience with that, and it's just never boded well. And I feel like the more I care or show that I care, I know it's still a broad term, but if for example, with people who overthink and are easily attached, someone's whole entire mood will, affect that other person, unfortunately. So yeah, like I said, stop caring so much. You will ultimately be happier and you will feel, at least like you won't feel as if you've given so much to where people just don't respect you. People don't see you as something special or something that's rare, Like people like scarcity, So, anyways, I will just end it there. I just had to get that out there with caring, and it's such a vast topic, but I feel like it's very exhausting to just care so much about people. That's why people are alone a lot these days, unfortunately. It's sad to see, but that is kind of where we've evolved in our world and society now, especially in relationships. So, but yeah, once again, hope you enjoyed this short spiel of mine once again, and we'll continue the series with other similar related topics. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.